Hi friends. uh, so today I'm going to explain about HTML. HTML is the acronym for this HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is used as a front end, right? So in a website, the pages can be created using this HTML, right? So I'm going to explain you few tags in this HTML. One is label, text box, how to create a radio button, checkbox, combo box, submit button, table, h1 element, image element, link. So we can use both the words tag and element, both refers to the same stuff. Alright, so let's get into the video. Okay, now you can see a web page here, sign up, and you can see a web page. This is a page we are going to create, and here you can see the name, gender, age, education, state, enter username, password. So these are all the details we want to get it from the end user. Okay, so these details, you can see these words that we can call it as the label. Okay, and when the end user when the end user wants to key in all their data, uh, we make use of the text box to get the name of the end user. We use the text box. Here you can see I'm just typing Thiru, so this is a text box. So now in this session we are going to see how do we create the text box and then radio button. Okay, so you can see male, female. You can select male or female. All right, you can't select both. So that's the purpose of radio button. So and then again text box. Here you can see checkbox. So how to uh, so whether the end user has done diploma, UG or PG, so that can be selected here. So how to create a checkbox in this session we are going to see. Here you can see the combo box. With this combo box, end user will be able to select their state, which state they belong to. All right, and then you can see again text box, and then this is the button register. Okay, so once they enter the username and their own password, they can click on the register button so that they will get registered with the website. All right, here you can see the heading sign up. So how do we place this word sign up in the center of the page? So all those stuff we are going to see in this session. So let's start how to code all this stuff in the uh, JSP page. All right, fine. So let me close this, or let it be here. Already I have created a project. Okay, the name of the project is HTML web. Now I have created a JSP page. That is how do we create a page. Alright, let me delete this. Okay, here you can see the project. So how to create a project, click on file, new, and then select the project, and then select the dynamic web project, and then click on next. Here you key in the project name. Alright, so whatever the project name you would like to give, and then click on finish. Alright, so that the project can be created. Already I have created a project called HTML web. Here in the web content, this is the project HTML web. Right, in this project there is a folder called web content. Here what you do, select this folder web content and right click on this and create a JSP page. Alright, so you can see HTML page as well the JSP. HTML page is used to create the HTML page. Alright, JSP is more recommended. JSP is recommended because yeah, it does provide um, all the features of the HTML page. Alright, so JSP provides JSP features as well the HTML features. JSP with the JSP page, we can make use of the JSP tags as well the HTML tags. HTML tags can be used in the JSP page. Okay, so I'm going to create the JSP page. Click on JSP. Here, what you do, uh, give a name. So I'm just giving new page. Okay, that's the JSP page name, and I click on select, finish. Now you can see the new page, right? Alright, this is the HTML tag, and then the head tag. Here you can see the title. So in this title you can give any name that would be your page name, right? So I say this is the home page. Alright, not sign up page, sign up. So that's the title. So you can see when you run this page, when you access this page, you can see this keyword sign up on the top left corner of the page. Okay, and then now here what I do, I'm gonna create the I'm gonna get the name, age, sex, and then education. So these are all the details from the end user. Alright, so let me write down the label here, enter the name. Okay, let me run this. You can see the enter the name text on the page. See, you can see the you can see this is a page we have got, right? You can see sign up, the page title is reflected here, and then you can see the enter the name. This is a label what we have given there, right? So let's here what I do, let me give how to. Now you can see the page, uh, it's in uh, the background color is white, right? So I would like to give some color. So how do we uh, make how do we give a color to the page? So go here, you can see the body tag, right? So just inside that there is an attribute bg color. In this you give many colors are there, so I'm just giving cadet blue, right? Now I have given the attribute name is bg color. Alright, so I have given the cadet blue. Now let me run this. You can see now you got this same page which has got the background color, right? So same label is here, fine. Okay, now in this page I have asked the end user to enter the name. So where the end user will enter, the end user has to enter the data in the text box, right? So we have to create the text box. So let me create the text box here. So text box, um, radio button, checkbox, submit button. So these things can be created using the input tag. Alright, there is a tag called input tag. You can create with this. Okay, when you type um, input, you can see this tag. There is a pop-up window which shows the input tag. So what you can do, you don't need to just type the input and then give a space, and then type. There is an attribute called type. Key in the type word and then equal. You can see a pop-up window which shows button, checkbox, file, hidden. So here we are going to create the text box. So select the text box. Okay, and for this text box we need to give a name, right, so that we can identify this text box, right? So name, that's the name of the text box. Okay, and I have to close this, so I use the forward slash and then the right greater than symbol. I mean forward slash and the greater than symbol. Alright. So now if you see the page, let me run this page. You can see the text box will be created. See, you can see the enter the name and then the text box. Here you can key in the username. Alright, fine. Okay, fine. Let me get the gender. Alright, so next label would be gender. So gender, here we have to create again for this input tag type, key in that word type and then click equal sign. Then you can see there is a option for you can see the pop-up window. In that option you can see the radio button. Select it. Okay, and then what you do, give a name. So just give any name. Yeah, I'm just giving R1 or gender G1. Okay, and then you can see the value. You can give the value here. Value is male. Okay, so gender, when we use the radio button, we need to select one of the many choices would be there. We need to select only one, right? So that's in that scenario we can make use of the radio button. So I'm just using this again. Gender can be male or female, so I make a copy of this and paste it here. So female. Okay, here you can see, yeah, we need to just make a note of it. Name should be same G1. Alright, here also name should be G1. Alright, it is must. Alright, now I'm going to run this page. Alright, so you can see, let me execute. You can see the page with the gender option. Right, you can see. Alright, we don't find the word here, right? So it should be outside this. So close this. Alright, so instead of okay, so radio button can be created with the input. The attribute is type and the name. Okay, and then within the input tag, you need to pass in the value which will be displayed on the screen. All right, so male, female. Now and one more thing, after they enter the name, we need to move on to the next line. So just use a break line. Okay, let me run this. See, you can see enter the name as usual. You can see male or female, right? I have used the double quotes. That's the reason you can see the double quotes. If I remove here, it would be removed. You can see this male, female, right? So we have now you know how to create a text box, how to create the label, and then how to create the text box, and then how to create a radio button. All right, let me show you how to create the checkbox, right? So age, here you can, what you do, you can make a copy. So for time consumption, I'm just making a copy. I'm going to create the text box. So you all know how to do this. So input, the key attribute is type, equal, and then you can see the pop-up window. Select the text box, okay, and give a name for this, unique name for this text box, age. All right, and then close it. This break, every when we use this tag, there would be a line. All right, there would be a break line in between the enter the name and the gender. So same, we need a break line between the gender and the age, right? So you can see now age, all right, which is with text box, all right. So let me create the checkbox. How to create? Let me show you how to create the checkbox. Just consider education, okay. So the here education, uh, I'm gonna use the input. Again, how to create the checkbox? Input tag is used, and the attribute is type. Click use the equal sign. You can see the pop-up window and select the checkbox. All right. So checkbox is selected. Name, give a name. Uh, Name can be any name. All right. So education. Just give a unique name, and then okay. Here, what you do? Diplo, diploma. Okay, now you have the education here. You want to ask the end user, I mean you want to ask the end user a diploma, UG, PG. These are all the three options you would like to give. All right, so few might have done only diploma, and others few might have done both diploma and UG. So in that's in that scenario we go with the checkbox. So again I am just going to create one more checkbox for UG. All right. So I make a copy of it. Here you can see input type checkbox attribute. Type attribute is assigned with the checkbox, and then the name is same. Name should be same. All right. So name here for diploma it is same. For the other value UG, the name should be same. Okay, make a note of it. Then one more value I would like to give. So let me make a copy. I can see the same name for this PG. Okay, now I have created a checkbox. I mean for education information I have created three checkboxes. So your user can make use of all the three or one or two of them. Right, so that's in that scenario we make use of this checkbox. So let me run this. All right, I forgot to give the break. um, so this should be used. Okay, now let me run this. You can see the education, right? Here you can see the diploma. You can make a tick mark if you have, I mean if the end user has completed the diploma, then end user makes a check mark here. And again if the end user has done any UG undergraduate, then makes a check mark here, right? Or, or else if the end user has done UG and PG, then UG and then PG would be checked. All right, that is in this in these kind of scenarios these checkboxes uh, will be used. All right, fine. So again let me I have so now you know how to create a text box and the radio button and then the checkbox. All right, So let me show you how to create a combo box. So the label is state. Here what you do to create a combo box, there is a tag called select. Okay, remember just uh, less, lesser than symbol and then the select keyword. You can see a pop-up window which shows the select uh, thing, select tag. You can select it. Now you can see this select tag. So now what you do, just inside the select tag, create just there is an attribute called name. Okay, here you can give selected. So whatever the end user, so we are going to create few. Let me tell you the state. The end user can come from any state, right? So he may belong to any state. Again, it depends on the end user. So we need let me inside this. So end user going to select one state, all right? So we are going to list n number of states here, all right, with the option tag. You can see the option tag, right? Okay, here you can make use of, you can type Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Maharashtra, and and so any state, Delhi, Maharashtra, so Gujarat, Karnataka. So these are all the options. Okay. So what are the options you can see? So these are all the list that would be shown to the end user. So end user gonna select any one of it. So Tamil Nadu, either Tamil Nadu or Delhi or Maharashtra, Gujarat. So for I haven't listed all the states, so just I have listed 5 states. So when the end user sees all this, so whichever the state he or she belongs to, they're gonna select it, and that whatever the state they select, that got stored in this named variable selected. All right, make a note of it. So that whatever the state they are gonna select it, that gets stored in this variable selected. All right, so let me run this. You can see the combo box. See, you can see the state, right? And then you can state label, you can see, and then you can see the Tamil Nadu. You can see the combo box, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, or whichever, right? So if you want to the end user can select Delhi or whichever the state. Okay, so you can see it would be empty, right? So if you have empty, you can see Tamil Nadu, whatever the end user selects, right? So now you got to know how to create a combo box. All right, so let me show you. uh, just hold on. Okay, fine. Let me show you how to create the. Here you can let me show you how to create the. Okay, I mean end user will be asked to enter the username, right? And then end user will be asked to enter the password. So they can create their own password, and further on they can log in to the website with these with the username and password. So here so we have created the label, so we need to create the text box here, right? So as usual, already you know, we make use of the type. Okay, and here you use the name, username. Okay, now text box is created for the end user. Now we need to create the password. So how to create a password? All right, make an I want I need your attention. Just input tag, right? The type attribute. In this type attribute, when you can see the pop-up window, select the password. Okay, right? Now you can name the password any name, give it any name. Okay, and then that's it. Now you have created. Now let me run this. You can see. Uh, hold on. Let me give the break. Okay, let me run this. You can see enter the username. Alright, so the username is whatever the username you want to have, and then the password you create your own password. So it would be in dots. So no, it is invisible, right? So if you select the password if you select if you assign the value password to the type attribute, I mean if you assign the value password to the type attribute, then you can see on the page the password would be in dots, it will be invisible. All right. Fine. So we have uh, we have created a few text box, radio button, dip check boxes, combo box, uh, username, password. So everything we have got it. We have asked the end user to key in the data, and the end user has done. So how the end user is going to submit it? All right. So there is a button called submit button. So we're going to make use of it. Okay. So it is just again we need to use the input tag, the type. Here you just what you do, select the submit button, right? You can give any value that would be displayed on the button. So here you can say sign up. So whatever the text you give, whatever the value, whatever the text the value attribute is going to have, that would be displayed on the button, right? So let me close this and then forward slash and then close. Now you can see. Let me run this. See, you can see the sign up. All right. So now you got the now on the top we would like to have the sign up, right? The heading. So here after the body tag, what you do, there is a sign up, right? So if I Yeah, you can see sign up here. I use the view. So now I'll run this. You can see sign up, right? So I want this to be in some, I want this text to be in larger size. All right. So what I do, I just make a use of, there are H. You can see when you, so just key in. So remember, whenever you want to make a text uh, larger, all right, so whenever you want to make a text large, so what you do, just precede the text with the less than sign, all right, and then there is a tag called H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So H1 is the large, which refers to the large text, all right, so which will make the text large. So let me make use of it, H1, and then close, and then you can see the place the word, whichever the word you want to display it in a large mode, you want to display it in a biggest font, you can make use of this h1. So place the text sign up within this h1 tag, so that text would be displayed in large font, in large size, all right. So now let me run this. See, you can see now sign up. So once the text is placed inside the h1 tag, now it becomes large. All right. Now I want this sign up to be here in the center. So how do I do that? Using the tag called center. So what you do, center. There is a tab. You can see when you start typing, you can see the pop-up window which shows the center. Select it. So place this in between this center. Place the word. All right. So with sign up is already bounded with h1 tag, and now what you do, altogether sign up bounded with h1, place this inside the center tag. All right. Now let me run this. You can see sign up in the, see, you can see sign up in the center. All right. Now now you have created text box, radio button, how to create a radio, you know how to create a text box, radio button, checkboxes, combo box, and then the password, uh, text box, and then the button. All right. So you have but when you have a look on this page, it is not aligned, right? So there is here you can see this for this age text box, uh, it is preceded, right? So when it when it is compared with the name text box, it is preceded. So I want to have all the labels on the left side aligned, and I would like to have the text box, combo box, everything should be on the with it should be aligned. I want to have everything in an aligned manner. All right. So how do I do that? So we can make use of the table. Okay. So let me show you. All right. So how to create a table? So here what I do. So table. Let me show you how do I create a table. So table, there is a tab called table. Okay. This is the table. So there is a tag called table. Just type in, you can see table. Okay. And inside this you create a row. So row, it is again represented, there is a tag called for this tr. Okay, row. When you type, you can see the tr. So tr. Okay. So in this row you may have any number of n number of columns. So how do we represent each and every column? There is a tag called td. So we represent the column using the td. So let me make a short table is created using the table tag, and then in this table each and every row is created using the tr tag. All right, now the row is created. All right, now I would like to have two columns, right? So columns are created using the td, right? So td is created. So this td represents one column, so I, I I want to have two columns, so let me copy this. So I'm going to have two columns. All right, fine. So how do let me show you one example. Now you can see here, enter the name. It is a it can be placed in a column, and the input for this name that we get it from the end user, that can be placed in another column, right? So what I do, enter the name. I just cut, I place it in this one column. Okay. And this the text box for the name, I just cut this input tag and place it here in another column. All right, td, fine. So similarly I do for other gender. So gender, what I do, I need to create a one more this the now one row is created. In the next row I want to have the gender, right? So I create tr, and within this row I'm going to have td, two columns, right? So I just create two columns, right? So in this two column, you can see the gender, just cut and place. Initially I have so place it here. All right. Okay, gender normally it does have two options, male and female. So we need three columns, right? Three columns. So I create three columns. So one more I cut. You can see. See. So similarly, gender is created, right? So it is placed in the table in a tr, in a row, right? So we have yet to do for age, education, and state, username, password, and then the text, username and password, and then the submit button. All right. So we need to do for all this. So age, text. Okay. So create one more tr. Here what you do, td, one more td. Okay, go here, paste it here. Okay, for this, okay, here you paste it. All right. So let me do it for state, education. So education, it does have three. So let me create one more tr for education, the row. In this education, it does have three checkboxes. So let me create three columns. With the education, we need to have four with the education, right? So let me create a td. The label, one column is created, and the value would be three columns. So let me create three td. Okay. Now you can see education, right? So here what you do, you cut this and you place it here. Okay, you cut this, you place in the another column TD. Okay, cut this, you place it in the other column. Okay, fine. Now you have done with the, you have yet to do for state and then the username and the password, right? So here already I have done this for time consumption. Let me make use of it. All right, for state, so I just make use of it. Here you can see, you can delete all this stuff. I mean, whatever till now we have done, everything is placed inside the table. So I believe you have got it. See, remember, let me show you this, right? So inside the table, always for a row you create the tr, and for a column you create the td. Remember this, right? If you want to have any header, you can make use of the th. Okay, so here we are not using any header. So we have used the tr. So for we create a row using the tr tag, and we create a column using the tag td. Okay, we have done this, and we have placed everything. We have placed the label in one column using the td, and we have placed the text box or radio button or checkbox in another column using td. Okay, that is what we have done. uh, okay, fine, let me run this. Now you can see, so you were it was like this, right? So it is, now you can see it is like this. So I'm going to run this, run the new one, right? It would be aligned, you can see this. Okay, so let me run this. You can see this. Okay, yes, you can see, you can, now you can see. Okay, one more, one few age, that is the age. Age, you can see one more. Okay, I will remove this. Okay, fine. Now let me run this. You can see the page. Now you can see the page. See, it is aligned. Enter the name, label, gender, age, education, state. So everything is aligned on the left side, and there is a, you can see the gap in between the label and the text box, label and the radio button, label and the checkbox, and label and the combo box. So label and the password check input box, text box. So everything is aligned, right? So you can see it is in aligned. It is aligned. So now you can enter the name Thiru, the male, the age is so 37. So here you can see the UG, education PG. Select the state, whatever the state, Tamil Nadu. I just select the state. So checkbox, I make a check mark. Checkbox. All right. Enter the username. So username is Thiru, and password, any password that won't be displayed. That won't be revealed to the others. All right. So when you click on register, the end user will get registered. All right, this is how we create the html, I mean the registration page, right? one more stuff for link. If you want to have the link, I mean, you can make use of this a this tag element. All right, this is used to create the link. All right, so when you click when you want to have a link, and when you click on that link, it has to take you to other page. Then you can make use of this a tag. All right, so within this a, there is an attribute called href. Here you can give whatever the address, I mean whatever the page you want to view, view.jsp something. So that can be given here. All right, so here um, some anything like you can say the status. Okay, so this status word, this keyword would be um, revealed, and it would be when you click on the status, it will take you to the view.jsp. All right, so that is the purpose of a tag. All right, so let me run this. See, you can see the status, right? So when I click on this, it has to take me to the view.jsp, but now I haven't configured, so it will not take me to that page. All right, so you can have click. So it shows error because I haven't configured. All right, so let me run this. You can see that is the purpose of status. All right, so let me remove this. So that's it. I believe now you in this you have alright, in this session you got to know how to create them. Let me remove this just a sec. So in this page you got to know how to make use of the h1 tag that is used to make the text larger, and then how to create a text box, how to create a radio button, how to create a checkbox, and how to create a combo box, and then how to create a password text box, and then how to create a button. All right, submit button. And even you got to know how to create a link using the a tag. All right, so let me catch you with other tags of html in the upcoming session. Please do subscribe to the channel Java Track and click on the bell icon to get notified on new post. um, Thanks for watching. Bye.